Today, we're going to do a quick run through of landed costs inside of Zoho Inventory. A landed cost is essentially some type of import duty or freight or fee that is going to be incurred by you as you are receiving and moving product from a vendor into your warehouse. Oftentimes, the most common of this is some type of freight or an import cost. So let us go ahead and jump right on in. Inside of Zoho Inventory, first thing we're going to do is jump into settings, and we're going to go to the item settings, because by default, this will not be checked. I've already checked this box, so it's turned on for me. But down here at the bottom, the first thing you're going to do is go ahead and track landed costs on your items, right? Just to make sure that that is actually enabled and will show up. The landed costs themselves are going to be a part of our purchase process. So we're going to jump in here and we're going to create a purchase order. We're going to just make it to any old vendor here. And we're going to add one of our products. Let's say we're going to receive 10 units of our assembled product. What you'll notice is we're not seeing anything around landed costs on the purchase order. And that is because they're going to show up on the bill record, right? That's really going to be the main workhorse that we're going to use to actually manage those landed costs as we're receiving in or billing for our product. So I'm going to save this as a draft. Then I'm just going to mark it as issued. And then we can jump over to that bill portion and actually get into the landed cost management. Let's convert this to a bill. And it's going to inherit all those items, right? It's going to inherit the same warehouse, all that good stuff. But what we'll notice now is that at the bill level, we have this ability to add landed costs, right? So I'm going to go ahead and click that little plus. Now this is going to create its own little section, right? So its own area to add types of items that we're going to allocate this way. What you'll notice here is that a landed cost is actually going to need to be in Zoho Inventory as an item, right? So if I jump into our inventory list here, just in a new tab, we'll jump into our item list. And what we'll see is that something like freight, which is going to be my landed cost, that is actually in here as a service item, right? So it's not a physical, item where we keep stock, but you are going to need to add any of your different types of landed costs as service items. Oftentimes what people are going to do is set up specific sales and purchase accounts to allocate these into a landed cost bucket. Oftentimes what it'll really look like is selling price and cost price are both the same. And then they're just routing into cost and expense buckets that are going to net out, right? Because these are really just like a pass through. But now back to our bill record. Here, we're going to choose our freight. We're going to allocate some number of quantity to it. So this just depends on exactly how you do things. I'm going to put a quantity of 5 here. And then let's say we had a second landed cost for labor, right? We're going to do a quantity of 10. So what we would expect to see here is that this $25 of freight is likely going to be spread over these 10 units. And then this 10 quantity of labor, maybe that's labor hours or something like that, we would expect that to spread evenly over this quantity of 10 as well. Before I jump in and we actually apply these landed costs live, if you're finding the video useful so far, be sure to like and subscribe down below. Leave me a comment with any other questions or topics that you'd like me to cover. And as always, just head on over to Zenatta.com and click on book a meeting if you'd like to talk about how we can help on your Zoho installation. Let's now move forward here. We're going to save as open and apply our landed costs. Classic. I need to add a bill number. If you've been watching my inventory videos recently, you know I keep forgetting to add those. I'm going to click Save as Open. Now here, we're going to go one by one and actually allocate our landed costs, right? So here, I'm allocating these based on quantity. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead into this bill or into this here and let's add a new row. We're just going to arbitrarily add one other item to this. We'll say this has a quantity of 5. I just want to show you allocating these this way. So because I exited out of the allocation, you'll see these are kind of broken down here. They're pending allocation. So I'm going to allocate landed cost to this bill. And then here, what we'll see is that we can allocate this a few different ways. We can allocate it based on quantity, right? So basically just saying like, hey, whatever our total landed cost amount is, so this would be $25 in this case, just spread this out based on the quantity of items. So because I have 10 here and 5 here, this would get 2/3, this would get 1/3, right? I can also look at it allocating based on value and saying like, hey, quantity doesn't matter here. I want to allocate it based on the actual cost of the item. So because this assembled product costs way more, it's getting, like 95% of the cost, and the finished good is just getting the remainder. You can also do this by dimensions and by weight. In my case, I've not set those up for these items, so I'm not going to worry about that for right now. A lot of the times it actually makes sense to do this based on values, so that's what I'm going to do in my case, and I'll click on save. I'm not quite done yet though, because there is still one other landed cost for labor. Now, let's say in the case of labor, you're like, you know what, this one, it kind of costs the same either way. Maybe you'll do this on quantity, maybe you'll do this one on value. I'm going to keep it consistent and use value in my case, but do note that you don't have to do it that way. You could have different landed costs that are applying based on different methodologies into these items on the same bill. So I'm going to now click save. And just like that, I've now added and allocated my landed costs. Now, you'll notice this little item here, this little plus for add charges from another bill. So let's say we had a separate bill that had just some landed costs on it. How would we go about essentially adding that on later to this original bill? I'm going to go make one as an example real quick, and we'll be right back. All right, so now we have this other bill set up over here, and it's just for freight, right? I basically went in, created a bill, did not add any items. I only added landed costs, right? And from that landed costs only bill to that same vendor, what can I do? This is a scenario here that doesn't always happen. For some people, it's like, no, I always know the landed cost once, I initially issue that bill. That's not always the case. Sometimes you get that notification later that you actually owe more, right? So this would be the scenario of how you'd handle that. You'd come back into the vendor, right? You'd make a bill only for that landed cost, and make sure, this is where it gets tricky, make sure as you come in here and do this, you're not accidentally adding it here as an item, right? This is where like the way that we have to add these landed cost components as items can get a little bit tricky, because I cannot add it just as an item. It needs to go in as a landed cost, because then it will show up under my other bills for allocation, right? So here, now I can grab from this new bill that I've created, grab that $100 of freight, and then allocate it in on a value, quantity, dimension basis to those items, right? So that bill essentially gets like absorbed by this one. And then these can, of course, both be marked as paid, right? So let's say that these are now paid and good to go. We have finalized this order. At this point, we move on to receiving, managing the physical stock. Last thing I do want to go over is the actual reporting around these. So I'm going to open a couple tabs here. We're going to go to our item on one side, our assembled product. Remember this number, 170 as a cost price. So we're going to open up that inventory valuation report and make sure that these things are actually coming in and applying, right? So here I've opened up my inventory valuation. I'm just going to set that to this year so that I can see all these transactions. And here what we'll see is basically all the invoices and bills that have anything to do with this particular item, right? And what we'll notice is that even though our item is set at a cost price of 170, some of these bills actually look a little different, right? So this one that we just had today, if I go ahead and jump into my, this bill that I raised earlier, right? This is the one with all of these allocated costs. You'll actually see on the inventory valuation report that, in fact, this has absorbed a lot of those landed costs. So it doesn't cost 170. Like this is an arbitrary bill I made for another video I recorded today that just had 5 of them without any landed costs. It comes in at 170. This bill that had all these landed costs applied actually comes in at that unit price, right? And then if you're doing first in, first out, this cost will actually show up later in that first in, first out reporting on profitability, right? Because an item that I purchased for this is not the same as one that cost me more because of all the various landed costs applied, right? So these numbers do kind of push through a lot of the reporting when you get into using first in, first out analytics. A lot of the times that's going to come in on those particular types of reports that you'll see in here. So like cost lot tracking, or they'll show up in your Zoho analytics data if you're pulling from that FIFO or FIFO table and the stock inflows and outflows, right? Those costs are actually going to show up in other places based on your preferred reporting method, either being like a weighted average cost or first in, first out. With that, I think we've covered kind of the core of what we need to here with landed costs inside of Zoho Inventory. If I missed anything, leave me a comment down below and let me know. While you're down there, let me know if there's any other videos that you'd like me to record. Always happy for the inputs. Make sure as well to like and subscribe if you found the video useful, and head on over to Zenatta.com and click on book a meeting if you'd like some help with your Zoho installation. As always, my name is Tyler Cole, and I will see you next time.